Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. Today we are playing a 3-player game of Unsettled. Now, we're bringing this back to the channel for two particular reasons.
Have you played this on the channel?
Oh, we've done two gameplays into 10 minutes or less, Alex. If you are a fan of this channel, you would know.
I did. I just kind of forgot about it because I don't remember you being in it, so it's like it didn't feel like a Quackalope video.
How depressing.
Yeah.
Either way, we're playing this for two particular reasons. First off, because this schmuck over here actually likes the game quite a bit, and we need to cover it and play it as much as possible because he's going to be putting out some content. The other reason is because this game is coming back to Kickstarter. It has been unavailable for a period of time.
No, I mean, it just delivered. Like a few months ago.
It just delivered, 4 or 5 months ago.
It'll be unavailable for another year after you back the Kickstarter,
That's fair.
but then...
That's fair. They're going to have some expansions. They're also going to be doing a full reprint of all the modules. So if you want to get your hands on this game, it is going to be the best chance. There'll be a link at the top of the video description where you can check that out. Other than that, I think we need to introduce our resident firefighter and then dive into the game, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. You want to say hi?
I'm Dennis from Michigan, and yes, I am a firefighter, and it's quite the career.
He did all right. I figured I'd throw him under the bus and just see how he handled it.
So you're good with water?
We are very good with water.
Is it good with water or good with fire?
Ooh, well,
No.
I hope it's good with water.
Yes.
Because if you would.
Oh.
Today we're playing Yendral. I'm probably saying that right.
For those of you that don't know, 30-second, Unsettled is going to be a core system that has you kind of exploring various different planets, space, terrains. We just finished with a session that involved lots of tangly, burblous vines slowly...
Stickiness was the key word.
Goopy, tangled vines slowly infecting everything that we breathed in, and we wanted to become a biological host, a spore carrier, in order to survive. Basically, there's a core system, and then right now there's six planets, each with 3 core scenarios in them that resolve different challenges based on the core mechanics of the game and their own unique traits, which you're about to introduce. So, Forged in Flood. In your most thematic voice possible.
Most?
20% lower than your most.
Okay, 20% lower than most. Yendral is beautiful. Ooh. A massive coral ecosystem, it thrums with vibrant, colorful life. Eternal, ever-changing tides ebb through every corner of the planet, spreading nutrients, vitality, and a sense of constant motion to their living world. This intricately balanced network of organisms is carefully maintained, controlled, and protected by an ancient sentient at its core.
Sounds like you should leave it alone.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Don't awake it. A consciousness that isn't quite sure what to make of our arrival, and that will do what it must to protect its home.
Definitely leave it alone.
We can feel its presence in our mind. Hear what it wants us to hear, see what it wants us to see. We quickly realize, at its mercy.
Yendral is a bit of an ocean planet to a degree. We're going to have tides ebbing and flowing and driving things in and out. This is going to be... we're not even connected to our Scarab over there. Our Scarab, our landing ship, we're not even connected. Now, this is the first time we're playing this particular planet, which means as we inevitably get rules wrong, it's because we're playing half a new game, sort of. And yes, when we get the core rules wrong, you can comment on that too. That will happen too. But either way, this basic idea is we're going to have the tides ebbing and flowing into it. We're going to have a little bit of a tide marker over there where the planet's going to be constantly flooding. Those discoveries you have in the game, they're going to be constantly coming in and out with the tide. So the tide represents the taking away of things, resources that Luna finds on the planet. When the tide floods those zones, we're going to lose those resources. So they're not going to be present anymore. But the only way to get discoveries is with that flooding. The tide takes and the tide giveth away.
It's bringing stuff in.
The tide taketh and the tide giveth away.
That's what my grandfather used to say. Yeah.
Now we do have to choose...
He lost his dog. What? Sorry.
Okay.
I would drink to that.
Well, in any case, if you want to go ahead and choose a starting zone, go ahead and choose a starting zone.
We just pop on?
Yep.
And Luna starts where she is.
Luna starts... No, where we are. Where we are.
Okay.
Go ahead and choose a starting zone.
Great. I'm going to pop in... right here. Do we all pop in there?
We all pop in there, and then if you could flip every single other tile.
What do you mean by other?
Every other tile flips. We see everything.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah, every game.
Because normally there's discovery.
Correct. Every planet is different when you're playing this game, and that means you're faced with different ways of adjusting. To the point that it's entirely possible that I misread one little thing and I shouldn't have done that.
You don't flip all the tiles.
You don't flip the tiles. In fact, even within the planet, it might be different because let's go ahead and read this specific mission.
Are we playing Module 1, 2, or 3?
We're playing Module A, Task A, or Module 1, whatever you want to call it. Survival Task A. That's what it's called.
Before he reads this mission, though, if you're watching watching to this point, leave a comment down below. If firefighters had a superpower, would it be water-based or fire-based?
Water-based.
Because I'm advocating for fire-based.
It's water-based.
It's water-based. If it was fire-based...
Flavor text. I think it's fire-based.
Then why would they use water? Just control the fire.
Zuko could put out fire.
Whatever. A complex balance. We had intended to pass this aquatic planet on our way to a nearby moon when our emotional state took a mysterious and sudden turn for the worse. The nearer we got to this planet, however, we felt oddly better. Almost as if we were being drawn here somehow, by something. As we arrive, Luna indicates the presence of an abundance of useful life, much of which is rich in green fluorescent proteins. She says something about pollutant markers and toxicity detecting amino acids. It's all very technical, but basically, there are medicinal applications. Medicinal applications are good. We need those. We scour the surface for a safe place to land, only there isn't one, due to the magnificently violent tides flooding every surface. As such, we forgo the safety of the scarab and leave it hovering as we leap into the waters below. Our suits, and our attitudes, are not equipped for prolonged exposure to water, so we'll need to be quick. The moment we splash down, our minds explode with an ominous yet welcoming presence, confirming our suspicion that something here is sentient. We know that we know what we want from this place, but we don't yet know what it wants from us. Place the scarab set apart from the main area. It's not accessible until your task complete. Randomize the environment nodes, like I already did. Place them face down as shown, face down. Then choose any node, flip it face up, and place the crew there. Then flip all remaining nodes face up and begin. I think I'm just reading it literally.
Terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. From there, we're going to go ahead and have luminosity. A mental presence overwhelms us, imploring us to help us restore equilibrium to a planetary ecosystem that is slipping out of balance. We feel compelled to oblige, and we will, but not without also getting a hold of some of those sweet medicinal proteins. Build the research hut on an open build site. So we're going to have 3 buildings over there, that in the top left corner. We're going to be trying to build those on open build sites. The build sites are these little tokens over here, those spots. We actually started on one, which arguably is easy, but we still need to acquire the things possibly.
We could spend resources, or we could get our own skill up, our research up.
We could spend time. It's not a good
Comprehension.
idea. Anyways, we're going to go ahead, if you want to flip those face over for right now, because those start face over as our action to build them until we're ready. Because we have to have comprehension or spend time to do so.
Yep.
We're going to have to build a research hut on an open build site, then forfeit 2 discoveries with the bioluminescent property there for eventual protein extraction. Place a marker here when you do to track the progress. So we have to build the research hut, and we have to get discoveries with the bioluminescent property there for eventual protein extraction. And then when both boxes are filled, we can move to the next stage. Basically, you're going to have 8 cards total, or 4 cards double-sided. You're going to go through a sequence of tasks as you try to figure out what we need to do on each planet or each survival task. This is survival task A on the planet Yendral, and wish us luck, please.
We're already on a build site. Is it a bad idea to spend time just to build there?
We could, but it doesn't help us yet until we have 2 discoveries. So spending the time...
We need discoveries no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, we could spend the time, but I think it's a little bit optimistic to spend that resource when we don't even have the other resources we need. So,
here.
I'll go ahead and go first. I'll start us off over here.
Okay.
We're going to be assigning our dice to various actions. The core sequence of play here is you have these 3 dice. These dice represent your resources and your action. They actually specifically do not call them dice.
They're action tokens.
They're called... No, there's another term for it.
They're manipulation cubes.
Manipulation cubes. They're not called that. They're called something else, but there's a name for them.
They're steadfast squares.
Sure. Anyways, you have these things that you're going to be using as your resource trackers. You're going to be spending those as a ton of the variety of resources you're going to get in the game as you try to figure things out. And I'm going to start spending them. One of them always has to go on rest. That's obligatory, and it also advances the clock of the game. Time is a resource. Use it, but use it wisely.
These cubes, for the record, they are dice-shaped, but they're designed so you can take them up or down very easily.
Yes.
And at some stages in the game, there may be things that have you randomize them by rolling them.
Yeah. So, with the context that we need discoveries, and we don't have discoveries yet, we won't even see discoveries until the end of my turn.
Okay.
When the planet floods, which is going to happen when the time marker hits
Which
that
is
purple
immediately.
token at the end of my turn. In theory, actually, I could, advance the time marker right now by building the research station with that.
Just to see. You could do it.
Just to
You
see.
could also take a rest action.
But I think I'd rather
Because
be...
wouldn't a rest action immediately flood before your turn goes?
Interesting. You're not wrong. I'm
usually not.
You're not. That was actually very, very smart.
Yeah.
I agree with you. You should be doing this.
Like, why is that surprising?
Commander. Okay. I would
understand?
like to pursue opportunities. We need to get discoveries. Okay. So I could discoveries. I could traverse.
So while Alex wastes time, I'm going to talk about the special ability that I took, which is Caretaker. Required each turn, I have to rest, and a local explorer will pip up 2 dice when I do that. Ooh, but it costs me time.
Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and... do any of you want to head off there?
Yes.
Okay, because I can carry you off somewhere.
Ooh,
That's what I'm saying.
carry.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna head down, but that's because there was a
Giant square there.
Well, I could get insight when I headed down, which
I
was
hear you, I
what I
hear
was
you.
thinking about.
Alright, fine. So let me go ahead and just start doing things. So to that end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save this as my rest action. So we're going to tick that up over here. That's going to be ticked up, and I'm going to get that extra resource. That will immediately advance the clock, which means we now move to the purple. And when the purple advances, it's going to stay in here. And whenever we hit that, this should just be on here, I guess. Whenever we hit that, we're going to go ahead and, well, the first time we do this, we're going to reveal the top card of Yendral's favor. This is not the right thing. This is the ecosystem. This is the wrong pile. This should be over here. We have these over here. Yendral's favor.
That's the flavor
This.
deck.
There we go. Favor. The favor deck.
Flavor
We're going to go ahead and roll those 2 dice. If you could roll those 2 dice.
Okay.
And anything that has those icons on it are going to flood.
Oh, I see. This is interesting too because it's using the dice in a different
Yes.
way. Flooding.
So
flooding.
grab a flooding tile and put it on each of those things.
Gotcha.
Any resources or discoveries on those tiles would go away. Anytime we enter a flooded tile, we gain distress, but we also need to in order to acquire the discoveries.
Cool.
Okay. Right, so we have those over here, like so. Anything that didn't roll would remove their flood discovery. Then grab a token from each one of those and place it face down or possibly face up. Let me double check on that. It might be face up. I think it's face up, actually. Face up. Go ahead and put it on face up on each of those tiles. And those are going to be lost every time the game refloods.
Okay.
The tide's going to take them away
Yeah.
from us.
Love's gonna kick you up, but never push you down. Now we have to these little icons over here. Whenever we see those icons, it's gonna give us an opportunity to put tokens on here, and we'll talk more about this. General idea is we're gonna want those tokens. It's gonna help us if we get those tokens.
Okay.
That is my first action. From there, we have discoveries you can go ahead and get. So I can go ahead and try to gather a discovery. I can put a dice there to gather a discovery, which might be the way to go. So I think I'm going to just take my free move. Every turn you have a free move. I'm going to move purple down 1. I guess I'm going to move purple down 1 because then you guys can traverse upwards and split in that direction. So I'm going to go down there. That is going to give me distress. If you can give me a distress card. Okay, that's going to be bad for us. Distress is not good. Distress is going to go ahead and... Now this gives us a thing right away, right? That gives us a... We flip that. There we go. Now don't we...
Take time?
No, not that. Don't we get something bad when we do distress? Or that was only the last planet?
No, I mean you cover your thing up.
Cover your thing. Okay, fine. So immediately, for each discovery occurring, I lose a pip. Okay? Anytime, move this distress.
Because I believe the distress cards here are different from the distress
Yeah,
cards
that's the
in
thing.
the other
That
one.
always throws me off, the parts that are new and not new. So, that was my distress action. You want to be mindful of these. These are going to clog your deck, and you have to try to get rid of them. They stop you from taking actions. I may choose to put this somewhere else. I think I'm going to go ahead and... I think I'm going to put on recover over here.
Why did you immediately get a distress?
Because whenever you enter a flooded area, you gain distress. Okay?
That sounds terrible.
Now, I forgot to do Luna. Luna can go ahead and get some resources. So I think I'm actually going to keep Luna on the current planet, and I'm going to generate some...
Green or blue?
Some green, I believe.
Green? That means
Yeah.
one of us would have to collect it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two green. So we're going to go ahead and put the 2 green on this block over here. That's going to be Luna's action. I could have Luna move as well, but I don't feel the need to just yet. Luna's action. Can we go ahead and read Luna's action up there?
Right here?
Yep.
Yes.
Emit Bio Bubble. An explorer within 1 node of Luna cannot gain distress from floods this turn.
Ooh.
Maybe I changed my action slightly so I don't take the stress. No, it's fine. I'll do it for right now. We'll focus on that later because you have to spend the action. That is a big deal, though. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and put a second die onto this one over here. So I'm going to go and rotate this. It doesn't actually rotate.
And you're getting yourself a midnight puff sponge.
Yes. Now I did cross this marker over here, which means I gain an insight. So I'm going to move that up. And I'm going to grab that midnight puff sponge, which is going to be given to me along with the scientific anomaly tile, the little blue card there. Alright, so this is going to be a discovery that I now have.
And what can you do? Because if you could spend that token to do a special action.
Once I get that green thing, which I am working towards nicely, I'll be able to spend this token. But until then, we also, keep in mind, our main core thing over here is we need to get here with bioluminescent stuff. Mine is spongy. Mine is not bioluminescent. We have bioluminescent over here and there. So we have to head that away.
So the pastel crown is really what we're going for.
Yeah, down there. Okay, and then lastly, I think over here...
Can I leap this chasm?
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and do this action over here, where I'm going to take this one down. Yeah, I'm going to take this one down to theorize, and I'm going to gain discovery because I matched the blue to the blue, and another explorer gains an insight. Which one of you would like an insight?
Go ahead and take the insight.
Take the insight?
Yeah, let's buff you up a little bit.
All right.
And that was my turn.
Okay.
Now keep in mind, we have, basically, because of that 6 actions, assuming we don't spend extra time, we have 2 cycles of each taking a turn before things reflood.
So, I could help you recycle some of your dice. I'm forced to take a rest action. And I think the rest action I'm going to take is going to be with my red die. Required each turn, a local explorer
Moves up 2 pips.
but it's only a local explorer. Can it be 2 separate pips, or is it 2 pip on 1 die?
I think it's either way. I think that you can apply it to the same die as well.
Okay. So, how do I go up pips then? Recover.
Of a rest.
Rest doesn't rest.
You're a local explorer too.
Oh, so it could be me that
Yes.
pips
A
up
local
too.
explorer is any explorer on your tile, including yourself.
Okay, so time's going to go up. I'm going to let you pip up twice.
All
so
right.
go ahead and choose 2 different dice that you want to pip. Then I'm going to take Luna's action to move up this way.
Okay.
Luna's going to go ahead and search for blue up here.
2.
2 blue.
You being all. Okay. Now Luna collects blue, not us.
Yes. I'm then going to do this, which is going to pip me down. Theorize, another explorer gains 1 insight. Alex, I'm going to bump you with that insight, and if you bump Alex as well, he'll be right next to crossing.
The research station.
And then I'm going to do a investigate, pursue an opportunity on my location. Now the question is, do I want to investigate here, or do I want to move up? And I think I'm going to go ahead. If I investigate here, though, that opportunity would be immediately available.
If you investigated, oh, this is interesting. When entering, we gain trust.
If there are
2 or more. Oh, we don't have 2 or more yet.
no.
2 or more of these.
So let me move up and pursue an opportunity here. So
You moving me or you?
I forgot what color I was. Where's the opportunities?
Opportunities are going to be
Yep.
here.
Go ahead and I'm going to pursue one. So, flipping a card at that location, feeding the urge. The planet breathes. A brilliant sparkling draws your attention, but not with your eyes. It's coming from within the recesses of your mind, a picture so visceral you know it to be something real. You feel an overwhelming sense of curiosity. What would happen if you dropped something living into the maw? Immediately, place the moment marker here. When the location to the right is found, place the marker on that node. So we're looking for the maw node.
The yawning maw is over here.
Okay, so marker is actually going here.
Okay.
And then Yendral's favor, prerequisites. Forfeit a discovery with the bioluminescent property at the Yawning Maw node. When complete, choose 2. Insight.
That's gonna
2
be
of
these
those nodes,
markers.
or dice up by 1. That's kind of cool.
Oh, interesting. See, also what's interesting is inherently that kind of makes me think that not all of the adventures we have on this planet are face up.
I've played a future one.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out why this felt familiar to me.
Oh, you
I've
actually have
played
played this one?
chapter 3 of this
Oh, interesting.
on camera
Interesting.
with Jan and Shira.
Interesting.
And this is already significantly different.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
because it wasn't face up, and I was sitting here going
So you
like,
could've been super helpful when I was trying
it's
to
titled
break my teeth
"The
on this."
Bubble Was Worth It." We lost horrifically, but I over pursued a bubble that was worth it.
Nice. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so we're pursuing bubbles.
No, not in this scenario.
this one.
No.
This scenario, we want to drop bioluminescence into the Yawning Maw.
Because that says when the yawning maw is found. I'm like, it's found. It's all face up.
Yep.
So this bioluminescence, is that up there worthy of going after?
You do want 2 bioluminescence in order to proceed here. So in
I think it's
theory,
worth
yes.
pursuing.
Okay.
To the point that Jesse probably should have carried you over there to help save action. But hey, Jesse can do what Jesse can do.
I could have. I didn't do a traverse.
I know.
I did a free move
Should
action,
have done traverse.
and I wanted to get a.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I wasn't planning on the Yawning Maw to be the thing that we discovered Cinder. I wanted an action that he could take right next to me, and it didn't work out that way.
good.
Are we going to fight about it?
Yes.
Great. At least he clarified that we will.
Okay.
We will actually fight about it.
So moves are free actions.
One move is a
One
free
move is
action.
a free
Traverse
action.
would give you bonus moves.
Okay.
So you've got Theorize that's going to gain another person insight. Oh, I gained 2, by the way, because both of these matched. You're going to, anytime your color of your die matches with the top symbol, you'll gain a bonus insight as well. You have investigate that's going to pursue an opportunity, and we could pursue another one before we have to discard one whenever we do
You
that.
can have 2 active opportunities at any given time.
Okay.
You have traverse, which is going to move and or carry a local explorer 1 node. You can be a local explorer, of course. We have support, remove 1 distress from another local explorer. So that's going to be how you clear off some of those cards. You have recover, which is just going to cycle your dice up, very powerful, and it's going to gain you a what's that symbol?
That's the what's it called? We lose endurance.
Oh, when
That's
you
a bad
recover,
symbol.
you go down. That's a bad
But you
symbol.
go up 3 pips.
And then rest is the action that you have to take. That's always going to
Right.
push forward time on your turn, and also going to recover 1 of your dice a little bit.
So the free action, I will move up into yours.
There's nothing in the middle of that zone, so no consequences.
Right. As a traverse, I can...
Which is another huge thing with this game. Like, every game is a different puzzle just because of those symbols.
Yes,
It almost feels
Hip
like the
down,
made Vindication made this
traverse over to our...
they do feel. I mean,
Genesis pool.
similar in some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Who made Vindication?
game.
I can't think of the title. Like,
Or Orange Nebula.
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Lovely company.
So
I wonder if they know about this title.
They should acquire this kind of title.
They really should. Sorry, what were you doing?
I traversed over to the
Oh, sorry,
Genesis
sorry,
pool.
I forget that you and I will continue joking without realizing that someone should just speak up and take control of the show.
So, if you don't mind moving my handsome character over
so
there.
because you crossed over the time thingy and the thing, so you can get an insight and the time will advance. In other words, when we die, it's your fault.
Okay. I'm just going to waste time.
Yes.
And then
Actually, based on the past few minutes of joking, Jesse and I are wasting time.
That is
Yes.
true.
I shall move a pip.
You're taking it right there.
So that pip
And-
doesn't move at all. It doesn't go up or down. It's
to
just easy
grab
place.
Oh, it doesn't go
There's
up or
no
down?
modifier on it. Nope.
Okay.
Now, you're Sender, you should have technically already pulled back your dice, right?
Yes, I should have pulled back my dice.
Which means at the end of your turn, at the end of my turn, you always draw down.
So the primordial rock.
Now, keep in mind, you
urchin.
will be taking distress before. But as soon as you enter the flooded tile, you take a stress
He
immediately.
could have activated the bubble.
if he wants to.
Your call.
I can activate the
You
bubble.
can activate Luna's bubble.
You could activate. You could spend your last die to activate Luna's bubble.
Is that the bubble?
Well, I have to rest, so would that be
No,
Yeah,
you
you
can't.
couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it.
Take
Take a
distress.
distress. It's part of the mechanic.
to take a distress to do this?
No, take a distress card because
Okay.
you're moving on to a flooded zone.
Yep.
So go ahead and flip that card. See if it has any effects.
Low oxygen.
You're gonna have a die immediately tick down.
For each discovery I am carrying.
No, you weren't carrying Discovery when
You
you
were
crossed.
not. You were not carrying it. So then place it on a zone. It cannot cover rest. It has to cover one of your zones.
I believe all of those are the same, are they not? That's the same issue as before? Not issue.
They are all the same. We're running out of oxygen.
So in
Okay.
general, whenever we grab one of these things, we're going to be ticking down for our discoveries.
And so then for my third action, of course, I'm going to rest.
Does not tick down.
Does not tick.
Ticks
Ticks up. But I am already maxed.
You're already at max. Okay, and time. You already moved time forward
Time is racing forward. Did he?
to defeat.
Did we move time for
So
my
I moved
rest
time my
action?
turn,
The
you moved time your
ocean.
turn, then he moved time and crossed the thing. Okay, cool. Yes, we're in the correct spot.
No, we need one more.
Yeah.
Why? No,
Because
you
he
don't.
crossed that. One for you, one for me, two for him.
Yes, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
exactly.
Sender, back to you.
Okay, so my problem is lots of things. I have a discovery, but it doesn't necessarily help me. I could go ahead and investigate, pursue an opportunity on my node. I think that might be the way I want to go. I'm going to start with investigate over here. So I'm going to investigate, taking this down 1 in order to pursue an opportunity on my node.
Ticking you up
That's
1.
going to tick me up 1 over here, and then it's going to... I don't like that. Fine. Okay, whatever. Then I'm going to
You gotta-
grab this over here. So we're going to grab an opportunity. We're going to put this down here, and we're going to start reading.
Now and forever.
The planet billows. Something in your inmost being, the light within you, knows why you're here. You must restore the balance of life, and nothing else matters. Everything around you resonates with meaning, purpose, significance. You were born for this, and you'll do whatever necessary. Immediately, place the moment marker here. When the location on the right is found, we want to put it up in the coral reef.
It seems like I'm going to go for these.
Forfeit a discovery with the spongy property, which I have, at the coral node. Ooh. So I could try to get there, but that's...
I'm going to step over. There's Spongy on the way.
Oh, nice. Nice,
Yeah.
that makes sense. It's just going to waste 2 time, just like usual. Okay, cool. We'll put this down here. That was my discovery action. I have 2 more actions that I can take. I could traverse, which is not the worst. It might be not the worst, but it means that we're going to have time hit us before I can actually do anything on those other
We are.
tiles, which is really annoying. But I don't see another option or way around it. Okay, I could try to remove wondrous from another local explorer, but I can't really do that.
You could also start working towards this mechanic.
With what, Jesse?
Nothing,
This
I guess.
and those.
It's
That-
only discoveries that add that to
I was
us?
trying. I was
Okay.
trying, but it didn't work. I think I'll go ahead and I could go ahead and give this distributor to explorers within 2 nodes. I could start getting that professional stuff going. So I think I'll take my free move and head over here, which will cross over again, giving me
Awesome.
one more.
You're going to gain
so
it.
now I'm gaining that to keep past me the comprehension.
And you could, just the little green?
Yep, just the green one.
Yep. And you could build.
Yes, I could build. I'm
zone
aware
now.
of this. I'm aware of this, Jesse. So that is the first option, and that was the first die. This die is going to be going on my rest action, which is going to advance time, and that's fine. And then I could build over there right away, or I could start trying to collect, which I don't think is the worst thing. I might know that the red one's going to collect, so I don't think it's worth it necessarily. So I think I will go ahead and build. We're going to go ahead and spend my die. We're going to rotate this down to 2, and we're going to build that on the zone, and that we now have that action in place. So we just built the laboratory. The laboratory is now going to give us the option from anywhere. We can go ahead and give up those little green tokens over there, the materials.
Something we didn't do on your turn. You didn't move Luna, and you didn't search for
Oh, yes.
supplies. You could do that. If you wanted to leave her there, you could
just-
also just
yeah.
roll the die and add green to the location.
And we should go back and do that now?
Probably.
It's worthwhile.
It's never bad.
And it's an easy thing to overlook.
All right.
Cool.
One
So
green
add
over
one
there.
green there.
Okay. And then on my turn, similarly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go have Luna go here to your tile, and then roll for green. And we have 2 green. That's just going to start giving us... Oh, no, green can't go unflooded. Never mind that. I'll go down here and roll for blue.
Okay.
3
blue.
blue.
Nice.
Right.
Okay. That's going to be an opportunity to pick up some blue over there. Blue stays here. Dice move here. That was my turn. I'm going to move my dice off over here. That's going to go down here, and down here, and down here, and we should be done. Also, I can now, if I want, I could go ahead and discard that, which I'm not necessarily averse to. Discard, distribute to explorers within 2 nodes. Do any of you need dice pips? Jesse, do you need dice pips?
I don't. My caretaker ability really gives me a lot of dice control.
Really?
Yeah, I get
Okay.
2 up each time.
Fine. So we can go ahead.
Okay.
Although, would it help you to have 2 pips of this?
It would not hurt.
Because then you could potentially build our thing already there.
It would not. I would have to get another one.
Okay.
But I could do it just by taking an action.
Yeah.
That would not be terrible.
So I'm going to go ahead and give you the 2 insight. Because
Okay.
you're right there on the building spot.
Awesome.
For myself, I will give myself a pip of green, so I have a little flexibility there. And if you want to take a pip of there, because all of us are within 2 nodes, on your red.
Yeah,
Well, you can do however you want. Oh, this should be back by you.
All right.
Okay. That was my turn.
Okay, great. So, on my turn then,
I have to discard this. This can go into the ocean.
I suppose I'm going to start with a theorize
Go to the
action
bottom
then,
of that deck.
which means this is ticking down to time, but another explorer is going to gain 1 insight, and I'm going to go ahead and give you 1 insight, which is immediately going to also bump me 1 insight, which is going to pull me one of those blue research cubes.
You're sticking with red again?
I don't... Is it red? Sorry, red research cubes. And I think I'm going to switch to blue now.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay? And when we get these, we also go ahead and get a breakthrough.
Oh,
You
that's right.
didn't
Can I
your
take mine?
breakthrough.
Yeah.
Is it green?
Green. Mine's green.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
And mine is red. My breakthrough. Stimulate microbial mat. I get 1 of those. Very cool. And if able... So I have to spend a red resource, a heat resource. I get 1 of those dials. And if able, I get 2... No, I have to lose 2 insight. Limit once per turn. Interesting. So I found another way to generate these tokens that we need, though.
And have you finished your turn yet?
No, not
Can I
technically.
point something out to you then?
Okay.
Okay. So, here's how these cards work, now that we have the opportunity to actually make decisions here. When we resolve this card, which is going to happen when we hit that time marker, we're going to resolve the boon and the bane. Okay, the way that works is we have an opportunity to assign these various markers to various spots on the card whenever we do. If we have 2 markers on the boon, then we get the boon. We'll distribute 3 plus dice, and we'll distribute 3 insight. That's awesome, right?
Okay.
If we don't have 2 markers here, we get the bane. So if we don't fill these, then we're going to return all data and materials in the game to the general supply.
Ooh. That doesn't sound good.
It's not. It's
I
not.
don't.
Spoiler, it's not good.
I don't think I can get 2 of them though.
Why not?
I can only do this once per turn.
I understand, but don't you get more than one?
What do you mean?
When you search for energy, don't you get more than one? Oh, you can only do that once per turn. Oh.
That's the issue.
Oh, that is the issue.
So this will give us more control, but I think we're gonna take the hit because these popped up a little bit far away from us this turn. Okay, so that was my first action. I have to take a rest action, and I think I'm gonna do it with my green pip. It doesn't tick down unless I want it to. Time is going to cycle around. This is going to pip up 1, and I'm going to go ahead and pip this one up 1 because it's a local explorer and I'm controlling it for myself. You gained 1 from the theorize that I did. I'm going to take a free move action over here.
It's going to cost 2 time.
I know. We're immediately flooding.
The good news is we're doing it before we actually spend our actions.
Are we unflooding?
So yes, we're going to flood and unflood. So let's go ahead and resolve. Let's show you. So these, first of all, so we're going to roll these 2 dice. Okay. So go ahead and roll both dice. Then we're going to flood and unflood those nodes. So anything, let me just go through this properly, making sure. The question is, do we unflood? We remove flood tiles and discoveries from anything that's not rolled, any symbol. So the 2s are going to leave. The 3s stay in place. The 3s represents the fact that sometimes things are staying the same. So there is some stability. We just don't know.
2s are leaving.
Yeah, 2s are leaving and 1s are entering.
And 1s. So reshuffle those.
Yes, and reshuffle all the discoveries face down. And then the 1s are entering.
Okay, and then pop out on these 4 1s down here. We have bioluminescent with pastel crown. We have translucent worm, fantastic. We have photosynthetic with the brine spitting urchin. Haha, the bubble is worth it.
The glowing bubble.
The bubble is worth it.
So that will be that. You've moved 2. Then we're going to go ahead and resolve, allocate and resolve favor, then replace this
We don't
card.
get the positive.
Now, did you take the stress when you head over there?
I'm in the process of.
great, gotcha.
We kind of crossed at the same time.
So we're going to resolve favor and replace this card. In this case, we will return all data and materials in the game. Fortunately, we do not spend any time searching for it. We return it all to the supply. So be very careful of that. Then we're going to move this down and draw the next card, which will be our next potential problem. So this time around, we'll distribute 1 of our 1 comprehension if we fill this.
Ooh.
If we don't fill them, we're going to distribute 3 negatives and 1 exhaustion. Endurance. All bad things.
Okay, the action I'm taking now is going to be to acquire this discovery because I want to be able to dump this spongy down the hole. So I get a anomaly card. Arouse glowing enzymes. If I have green, which I don't, or if I'm on a tile with someone, I could discard to distribute 2 to same thing you have basically.
Yeah.
Okay, dice are coming back. Dennis, it's going to be your turn.
All right.
Do you want to
pressure.
activate Luna?
Luna?
I do want to activate Luna, which is interesting because it's the thing you forgot to do. And
Yep.
Even if you just want to put some green materials there,
I think it's just got to be who can use what materials.
I can use green.
Right now, you can use green. Let's go
anyone
ahead and
can use green for the laboratory.
Let's go ahead and get some green generated then.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
All right. See, I'm trying to make all the mistakes so that you guys don't have to make them.
Sounds about right.
But I'm still making them.
Yes.
Well, I can't do everything.
Okay.
I'm just here to make the mistakes.
It's
All right.
So we need more bioluminescence. Do we have any bioluminescence?
There is some
right now we don't, and there's some down here though.
Honestly, it'd be great if you can get this.
I think I can because I am a free move away.
Yeah.
There's no time spent.
Yeah.
I will gain a insight.
Can I recommend activating your little Luna bubble to protect you? Because right now you are carrying a discovery, which means you'll actually lose a puzzle.
But Luna only activates an explorer within 1 node. Luna would have to move up first or over first.
Oh, that's fine.
It's possible, but yeah.
All right, so we can move. So I'm taking a pip up here.
Up or over first with Luna.
Let's go over.
Luna's going over, and then what type of research do you want to search for? Technology or resource?
Technology.
Okay, so roll the blue. So 1 over there, and now you would use a pip up there to make a, what is it called? Emit a big bubble.
Emit
bio bubble.
Big bio bubble.
Bio bubble.
I don't need glasses.
All right.
No.
I just need middle school.
Okay. So now you're protected from taking the stress, which
Yep.
will both save you the pip down and will save you from clogging your board.
And so now I can free move down.
Yep. You'll get a insight.
Mm-hmm. There's the insight there. We will acquire the technology.
Have the technology. Oh, did you? You
discovery?
should be grabbing 2 of those cards, one for each of the ones you have.
Okay.
And that means you'll be able to discard those if you get the comprehension.
You could squeeze out ooze.
You could, but keep in mind we also need both those bioluminescence over here.
Or you can
Yep.
squeeze out ooze.
I hear you. I respect that.
Biogenic ooze.
Okay.
All right. So the pip doesn't go down because of the...
Correct.
Yep.
All right, so that's perfect. And then my last action, I will have to rest,
Pipping it up.
pipping it up.
Okay. And that should be your turn.
That is it.
We should advance time when you do that. And then you take your dice back. And then it's my turn. So, decisions. I have a few things I could do.
Persimmons.
True that.
What is a persimmon?
I think
It's like a person,
so.
but it's a persimmon.
Ooh. It's just like an imman?
Yeah, it makes
But
sense.
it's a
right?
person imman.
Persimmon.
Oh, did I build the wrong thing? Whoops.
What do you mean?
I built the laboratory, not the research hut. We need the research hut.
Hey, yeah, but all you can do is the laboratory.
Sure.
Yeah. That's all you're good for.
Okay.
Which one's the research hut?
Well, he's one away from it.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I'm going to go over here and build the wrong thing as well.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give you, sir. I'm going to go ahead and tilt this down and give you one.
A pip up?
insight.
Awesome.
I'm
You're
picking up.
You're growing to green.
Oh.
So you're going to go ahead there and you're going to grab a blue token, blue comprehension, as well as a blue ability card.
Yep.
And now you have the ability to build the research hut.
That one right there.
Yeah, this one here.
And read what that does.
Activate hydraulic suction. Luna draws an adjacent explorer 1 node closer to her node, ignoring all node edge symbols.
Awesome. I love that.
Limit
Nice.
once per turn.
I like when Luna starts getting the ability to manipulate us.
Ignoring all. What's it?
Everything.
All node edge symbols. So we won't get insight.
So he could have Luna move and
Yeah.
drag him across the time.
Okay, can I read
Which
this
is
thing?
nice.
Which thing? Luna draws an adjacent. It draws. Okay, great. Ignoring all node edge symbols. That's
Yep.
very useful.
It's exactly what we said.
Yes.
So
okay.
it's not going to drag me with her, but if she moves, she can then drag me.
Exactly.
It's a little different.
Yeah, but what we could do is we could have you do that right now if you wanted to, which is not the craziest thing. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and have Luna move over here because it's going to happen anyway, and then I'm going to roll for blue. So if we could roll, passing the blue die. I'm gonna roll
Now,
for blue.
question, Alex. His ability can happen on your turn, right?
Yes, absolutely.
That's the cool thing, because there's a lot of.
Although
the
I guess
thing-
I won't draw the blue because I won't get the extra pip.
A thing that I think gets commonly missed is the amount of like cross-play, cooperative
Yeah.
play there is, because some of these cards feel like you should only do them on your turn, but that can activate your turn, my turn, his turn, off of what Luna can do.
Limit
Yep.
once per turn.
Which is
Fine
awesome.
print. Sometimes it works in your advantage.
All right, I'm going
But
to go
some games
ahead.
say like a turn is.
I am going to
around.
go ahead and spend this over here, so I'm going to move that down 1 in order to grab these materials, and I will get an extra one because of, well, that. That means we can all start using those materials over there in order to pip up our dice as needed. Okay, so we're starting to build that engine.
Okay.
From there, we also keep in mind if anyone needs a local explorer, someone who's local to me, can go ahead and ignore 1 edge symbol or double 1 edge symbol when moving.
Okay.
So it might be worth me considering. I think I'm going to hold off. I'm going to keep that in mind later, and I'm going to rest over here, pipping this
He
up.
should absolutely have Luna drag him across.
I
Yeah, I think we
so.
should activate
Yeah.
the hydraulic
Okay.
suction.
Whoa, we don't have blue. We don't have blue.
Oh. Oh, yes, we
Don't have blue.
Yes.
You could have collected blue instead
I
of
could
green.
have, but I had used my blue die already. That's why I figured hold it on his turn.
I'll collect some blue.
Okay. All right.
Oh wait, on my turn I can still move if I want, which means there's no downside to me. There's a downside to me going here.
You
I
get
will-
a yeah.
Yes, let's not talk about it. We're not talking about it.
You talk about.
Oh no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna move over here. When entering, if you're carrying, I'm not carrying a discovery. Never mind.
No.
Okay, we're just gonna stop.
You
what I'm
need the
doing.
photosynthetic.
I will
though.
get there. I just don't want to take another stress. Although maybe it's not the end of the world. It might not be the end of the world for me to do that, because I don't mind the stress. It's just not the best. It's not the best. I like our high trust environment right now.
When do we lose trust?
I will go ahead. I'm gonna go down here actually, and I will gain that insight and that distress. Pass me the stress card.
All right.
We'll figure it out. It's all good.
When does trust go down?
And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 1 over here. I'm going to spend 1 pip in order to double the edge symbol, so I can take a second thingy.
Okay.
Okay. Trust goes down when. Well, that's the thing. So the trust goes down depending on the symbols. I'm wondering. The part I'm wondering is I don't think trust goes down automatically
when you get into stress.
One. I don't think it's automatic. That's where it goes back to the game. I'm trying to remember if it's a general rule or the game, but we'll charge confidently forward.
Yeah, I mean, because trust goes up here.
Yep.
For sure. If you want to check the rulebook for that while I take my turn, feel free. Okay, so I need to move there, drop my spongy in the gaping maw, and potentially build the next research hut. I need to do all of that on my turn immediately. So I'm going to move over. It's going to pop me up by 2 because there's double insight there. I'm going to... It's a free action to drop my spongy, isn't it? I believe it is. Now and forever. Forfeit a discovery with a spongy property at the node core. Pop. Okay. It's going to pop back into the cycle. When completed, choose 2. I am absolutely going to choose to place 2 pips over here on this. Now the question is, do we want to not lose 3 and lose trust? Or, that's one way we lose trust.
Yes.
Or do we want to distribute 1 across the board? I think
you have to have the symbol to lose trust. It's just one of the times there was when you got these cards.
We all have one of the colors.
Yeah.
Senator, what do you guys think? Do we want to benefit or do we want to avoid a consequence?
I like avoiding consequences because we already have these colors, but that's your choice, man.
I mean, it's a logical
Also,
thing.
for what it's worth, we don't have to decide right now. You put them here in the middle, and right before the card resolves, we allocate and resolve favor, then replace it.
Okay. And I don't think the pip or the insight is worth
as good, yeah.
Yeah, as good as one of those 2. So that's going to cycle over to the side. This token comes off. It is now available again. Mm-hmm. I have not spent any dice so far because I'm amazing. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the support.
That's
I was waiting for someone to say that. I'm going to pursue another opportunity at my notes. So let's go ahead and cycle one of these cards and see what we have. The Calling. The planet whispers. You strain to listen. And your awareness rests on hushed mumblings of hundreds of creatures, with voices arcane and unfathomable. You picture a cave covered in a network of coral framework, a lattice window to the starry expanse beyond. Your mind reels. Immediately place the moment marker here, which is the bonded dome. Forfeit a discovery with the photosynthetic perfect property at this intricately bonded dome node. When completed, choose 2. So same consequence.
Also, for what it's worth, just for the people who about 6 minutes ago realized this, we all neglected to go down 1 endurance when that crossed the time marker.
Ooh.
Better we catch it than they catch it.
They already caught it.
Yeah.
Like 3 of them already have it in their
The problem
Google Doc.
isn't the people who are still here.
Yeah.
That's not the problem. The people who unsubscribed 6 minutes ago. Sorry.
Hey, if you unsubscribed 6 minutes ago, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. I mean, honestly, it helps the channel a lot. Keeps us above this guy who we just recently passed. Embarrassing, I know, but we don't talk about it much. It's really strained our relationship, and the higher we stay, the better the relationship goes.
I'm just going to lower trust.
Okay, so I went there. I am going to take a die, the red die specifically, to go ahead and utilize that action to build the zone here, because that's the zone I have.
Okay.
Which is fantastic. And then the last action I'm going to take is going to be this, which is going to pip up 2 dice at
So you do have to pip your dice downwards to build that workshop?
Do I? Yeah. I did
Yeah,
do that.
Cool.
And then I am resetting, and time moves forward by 1. Your turn.
So I'm going to make us lose some more endurance. Man. We need some more cardio.
Don't do that, man. Oh, I'm going to roll a green die to spawn Luna's green in that location.
Beautiful.
All right.
You
collect that resource.
You need to. Yeah, you need to.
All right.
Now, so if you assign the blue die, you automatically get an extra resource. Whenever you assign blue, you get the extra. If you assign the correct color, basically, you get that extra one of those.
So I set this over here.
Yep.
Oh,
so you
it
move
was
that
on
down
2.
2, down to 1. Okay.
2 resource, but you get to spend 1 immediately.
Now, so it always collects from Luna's node. So 1 from here and 1 from there.
But he's spending 1.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Activate hydraulic suction. And now that we're over here, Should we... I can then collect these. Well, we do have...
So if you move here and build the laboratory...
Oh, that's right.
The research
Kind of what
hub,
we're looking for.
The research hut.
Because you have a blue, what's it called? Yeah, you do.
Okay. And so now we'll do a free...
And he actually has 2 bioluminescents,
Yes.
which is what we're looking
Yes.
for
And
in
you're
that
also
space.
going to go ahead and... So, a few things. So, first of all, when entering... Okay, this is actually relevant. When entering this spot over here, if there are 2 or more of these, which there are, gain... what's it called? Gain one trust. So, the trust is going to... Because trust is currently at max...
2
we're
pips
going
up.
to get 2 pips
and we can
up.
share that wherever we
Yes.
would like.
Okay.
I think Sender should get 2.
Yes,
I am not
agree.
averse to having some pips.
Okay.
Okay?
All
Thank
right.
you. So that's going to be the first thing. Then when you enter here, because you're gaining a discovery, you'll get 1 insight.
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
And then lastly, you still have 2 actions, don't you?
I still have 2 actions.
One action has to be your rest, though.
One action is going to be my rest. And so what do I've got to do to build this...
Place a pip up there, take it down by 1, and spawn the zone
I
over
already
here.
used the blue over there, so...
That's alright. I don't think there's a bonus for using the right color in
No,
this.
not in this case. No.
Then, so now here
Bring
we're gonna-
that over here.
So because
This-
so that's going to be either time or comprehension. You have the comprehension, so... And then
All right.
Now, what's the action he can take there that deals
there
with...
is no action. You simply forfeit 2 discoveries with bioluminescence.
Do that.
Ooh, yes.
Alright, and that
Move the
means
story
we now
forward.
immediately move the story forward.
We're
These go
winning.
to our pile down there. Okay, and we start reading. Flip the markers. The planet groans, releasing a thunderous quake that fills us with fear and fascination. Titanic waves crash in the distance, quickly converting the fascination bit into dread. We have taken from this place, and the place knows. You and your bubbles.
Oh, no.
Each explorer gains 2 ticks.
Oh,
Each
no.
explorer gains 2 upward ticks. Okay, so
And these can be on, for me...
I'll take 1,
It could be on the
please.
green and the blue. Yep.
Oh,
absolutely.
everyone takes 1.
Yep.
Okay.
It says each explorer gains 2. Yeah. If there are 2 or more planetary favor in the Yendral's flavor bubble, then we also get plus trust, which means you get another 2
Oh.
pips, which means Jesse, I think you're the one who's not like basically at max.
Pop, 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 pop.
We are doing well.
me
So
up there.
only 2 total.
Oh, 2 total.
Yeah. Okay. That's ramifications. Then we move to the next card, which means protein powder. We got our hands on the raw materials. Now it's just a matter of carefully extracting the proteins. That, and making sure the planet doesn't open up and swallow us whole. Build the laboratory on an open build site, which we've done. Then program Luna to perform the extract proteins action there. Okay, Luna must be present. 2 green comprehension must be present. Okay, and then we can go ahead and do the extract proteins action, where we're going to lose all of these, right? We have to
Yeah.
have all this here?
Yeah.
Wozers. Okay.
Cool.
Cool is one way of putting
Generate
it.
resources, and this can give us 1 extra green, which would immediately get you to the position that we need you to be in.
Maybe, we'll see.
So we should all spend an action generating those resources,
Yeah.
is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
we could afford to go down trust now that we've had tons of things. Interesting. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So I'm not as likely to head here anymore. But maybe I still do. Maybe there's still time. We'll see.
Probably
Okay.
not.
So, actually, I think I do. I do. I have
Wrapping
this.
things up for me. I'm just going to finish off the rest, grab my dice back,
Activate Luna, my friend.
and activate Luna.
Pull Sender this way.
Oh, no. Ooh.
I already activated
No,
to
don't.
pull myself in, so that was once.
No, it was... Oh, that was on your turn.
Yep, that was on my turn, so that's done.
Did you move this forward when you did your rest action?
I just did my rest action, so...
Did you move forward or no?
Nope, not yet. So
Okay.
that's
Honestly,
not gonna happen.
move Luna down,
So,
do some
endurance.
research here, because Sender could move this over, and you could activate Luna
Yep.
to pull him across that time gap.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so we all just lost some endurance, right?
Don't
Yeah,
do
we all
that.
lost.
That's not the right
All
decision.
right. Well, you know, consequences.
To what? I didn't do anything. Gosh.
Poor cardio. We're losing our endurance. All right, so let's activate Luna.
Okay. Do you want to generate some blue?
Yes.
You gonna roll it?
I'll take care of this. So far, I've been 2 1s.
I've noticed that.
Yes.
2 blue. Boom. Okay. And now it is my turn.
Yes, sir.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't like how many distress stuff's going on here.
Let's get down to business to defeat.
Everything.
Huns.
I don't
Do you
know.
not?
No.
Mulan?
No, I've never seen Mulan.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Ready? I'm going to go ahead and I need to assign a die somewhere.
I've seen Backdraft.
Backdraft.
That's all we watch in the fire department. That's all we do.
Oh my gosh.
Backdraft on repeat over and over and over again. That and Rescue Me.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to discard a green in order to move one space, ignoring one symbol. Okay, that's the first thing I did. So I discarded a green to move a space, ignoring a symbol.
You're using your own ability to do
yes,
that?
well,
You're going to have Luna suck you back.
Correct.
I like it.
Because Luna has to be here, so I don't want her stuck down there. I want her to go up there. Alright, then, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and... I might change the exact die, but I'm going to assign this one to the thing to prevent me getting more distress, because I don't think I can afford
You're doing
more
the
distress.
Luna bubble.
I'm doing the Luna bubble. The Luna bubble is happening.
That's actually nice as well.
Then I'm going to go ahead and do this one over here. Again, I don't think it really matters which one I do. I'm going to do this over here. Actually, doesn't rotate down. I'm just going to go there
To grab the
discovery.
translucent
You don't
worm.
don't bother. I'm going to be immediately discarding it.
Dumping it?
So I'm immediately dumping it over here. Right?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm immediately dumping it over here.
Yeah.
In order to gain 2 more back on this. Okay. But wait for this turn. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. I'm going to avoid all this stuff. Okay. We're good on that.
We already have. That's awesome.
Hey, we're not done yet. Then I'm going to have Luna pull me back using your blue pip, ignoring the time symbol. And I haven't even taken my move action yet. So now I'm going to take a move action up here, which will give me that extra 1 insight. More importantly, because we have the 2 symbols, we're going to gain trust. So we get 2 pips to distribute, which I'm going to go ahead and distribute on this and this, because nothing else to distribute at this
We're
point.
all the max.
This is yours, by the way.
Yep.
Okay. And that is, I think, everything I can do, because then this has to go to rest, where we then move that forward. And then, yeah, there you go. Host that. No, he's not to. Okay.
Ocean swelling. Roll these 2 dice.
All right.
Get double 1s.
Coming right up.
Wow.
Okay. This one's leaving. This one's leaving. This one... Oh, wait. No, that one's not leaving.
No, that one's leaving.
This one is leaving.
Yeah.
I saw that down below.
And this one's leaving?
That one's. Now, does new stuff come out or no?
I have to double check that. I don't think new stuff comes...
I don't think so either.
This
I
one
think
does.
it's just the ebb and flow, right?
And no, new stuff comes out in this, though. These
Does
two
it?
Yes, that does, but these don't. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
broccoli coral
Delightful.
and primordial rock urchin.
Okay. Now, Luna, if you may have noticed, has not moved on my turn, so Luna's going to go ahead and move here where she can start doing stuff, and she's going to generate some blue because I think we need some blue. Yes. 2 blue.
Double up.
Okay. Then we go ahead and resolve the actual effects of this over here, where we can assign these here, these here. I will take a green comprehension if you don't mind, and as well as a green little token there. And I now have share a little pizzazz. All explorers gain +1 for each of these we have. So if we can start locking these in, we can get a whole
Nice.
lot. Okay.
That we have to resolve this, right?
Yes. So I just took this and we ignored that.
Okay.
Because that's the way it works. This goes away, and now we've revealed the next Yendral's favorite card that's going to be happening, which is Yendral's Boon. If both are filled, place a marker on the flood trigger token. The next time it triggers, remove the marker. Instead of rolling both dice, choose one number to flood, then roll the dice for the second. So you have some
Kind of cool. A little bit of control.
If both are not filled, all explorers move their insight block to the bottom of the track, which, if we time it right, is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a question of timing. Okay. With that said, we go ahead and move to your turn.
Did that push forward onto that marker on your
Yes.
turn?
Yes.
When you took that action?
Yep.
Okay. So here's the thing. I think
Where are my dice? Here.
I'm going to spend a red die to generate heat.
I think we need stuff like that.
And I think I'm going to spend a blue die to generate technology.
Okay.
So this is getting there, and please give me an extra one, and then generate heat for me, my friend.
So what do you do with the blue die? Did you have blue on your spot?
No, blue on Luna's spot.
Oh, gotcha.
Luna's the
Right.
one that grabs it.
And we get one
We
extra?
need 1 extra blue,
Okay.
and heat is always 1 plus the color of the
Yes.
die. So I've got a green left, and this green has to go down here. Okay, I think that's...
And you can have Luna generate more blue.
I think that's it. The other thing that I could do...
Or more green, technically, so we need more green.
Here's what I'm thinking. The other thing I can do, can I spend one of those heat to immediately gain one of these pips?
If you want to.
I would like to.
Oh, interesting, because then we can time.
I would like to. If you guys can start generating heat for me, I can start generating those pips.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm spending a heat,
He gets spent.
gain a
Generate
pip.
one of these.
I also lose 2, though, which is okay, because if I'm just going to start being an ecosystem for those, it's all right.
Interesting.
This card is no longer technically here. And do these get shuffled back in? They do, right?
Does this card leave play, or is this good?
Goes to the bottom.
You stick it to the bottom.
We should put it at the bottom.
Yeah, the odds are we won't cycle through everything there. So now Luna, I'm going to leave Luna right where she is, I think, just to give you guys the most agency over her possible.
Unless you want to move her up and generate green. You could roll a 3. Who knows until you do it.
Who's using green versus blue?
Well, we need green.
All right, let's move her up. Let's generate some green. And I will roll a 3, because that's just how I work.
If you want to roll it again, we could edit it.
Okay, great. Yep.
Editing.
Yep.
Oh my gosh!
Whoa! Oh, wow!
That's insane.
So just put 1 on there. Fantastic.
Good job.
All right, and that's going to be my turn.
All right.
And I get 2 pips from this, and time moves forward.
Did we move
forward?
time on senders?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
That he triggered.
I
that.
timed the whole sequence.
Ah, that's right. All right. So now I'm up there. What is that called? The subterranean passage. What are we thinking here?
So, since it's your turn, I would like to just go ahead and spend the heat that we have.
I'm fine with it.
Okay, I'm not going to go down any, and if you're cool with it, it would generate a resource there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'll use that. So stuff that would be good to do. What we're aiming to do is we're aiming to collect the designated resources. We still need green, so collecting green is never a bad thing. We do need red, despite the fact that I'm spending the red that we need. We don't know what the next objective is going to be. And Sender's already in position, so we just need to collect the resources by his turn.
We need resources.
So if you could get...
And to be clear, it's Luna that needs to be in position, not me. Oh,
So-
I know. I need to have the comprehension.
Yeah. So here's the thing: if you collect green with your green die, that would get us the 3 we need. And if you collected red with your red die, we would be good on the objective when it comes back to his turn.
Searching for more green.
She can't on a location.
You
that
can't
already has
generate green that's
Oh,
ready yet. Yeah.
I see.
But you could go ahead and collect it with your
All right.
green die.
Let's take the green die.
Okay.
Because right now we're good on
down.
pips. We are well in control of
That
our
goes
pips.
down to 2.
And 2 come up here,
Yep.
and then red.
This
we
goes
need
off the
we
board.
need 2 red, and that would be our objective.
All right.
Okay. You can just tip it down to 2 there. Sender generate 2.
All right.
Yep.
I'll hand this back to you, and you have
Yep.
one. You have your blue die left.
And that's got to be a rest.
It has to be a rest.
Okay.
And time moves forward.
And then Luna can do something on her turn.
What do you want to do with Luna?
Well, we should have her produce some more green, right?
I'm fine with it.
Sure.
All right. What number do you want?
We want the actual
2.
three.
You want a 2 this
No,
time?
I would like a 2.
I want
You guys can't disagree with this.
I-
You gotta be on the same
Fine
page.
at 2. I'll take a 2.
Compromise on
Fine,
2.
I'll
We'll
take it.
compromise on
All right,
2.
we'll go 2.
Thank you.
Thank you.
After the last bit, they'll be like, maybe they edited that. Okay. So, anyways, now it's my turn. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, we're going to start with Luna moving down and doing stuff.
I don't edit dice rolls often. But the one time I have Sender
Yeah.
is with a little game called Mousetrap,
Why would you edit the die roll there?
because we made up an AI character, and the AI character beat us at the game.
That's funny. Alright,
It was funny. It was an April Fool's video.
Luna's moving down. Luna must be present.
If
We
you
must have
haven't seen it, go check it
We
out.
must have 2 comprehension present, and then I have to put a die there to extract proteins. Again, I'm just going to put a red there for right now. I may change that. And then we have to rotate it downwards, which I've done. We have to be in the laboratory, and we have to lose the following. Dun, 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 dun,
I'm impressed with us.
I am very impressed with us. Okay, this die's going to be off to the side, and we're going to go ahead and read the next thing so I can actually plan my turn around that. We're in tier. We have the proteins, we're not drowned yet, and we're very much ready to leave. In other words, we're due for something to go wrong. Right on cue, our suits bleep loudly and then go almost completely dead. Apparently, we're supposed to use our equipment in the manner it was designed to be used, and randomly submerging things in water for hours on end just isn't the great plan we thought it was. Place 5 of the 6 power resources into the general supply. There's only 6 power resources? I don't know. There's 7 power resources. Do we have an extra power resource? We may have an extra power. Place 5 of the 6 power resources into the general supply where the black markers are stored. Only 1 power is available to use. This one's here. Okay,
So go ahead and get one out.
Yeah, exactly. We can no longer generate the power necessary to lift us back to the ship. Thankfully, we keep Luna around for just an occasion. Before anything else goes wrong, we need to fashion a tow cable and lash ourselves to Luna for a final rocket boost to the Scarab. Get everyone to Luna's node and fulfill the objective on card 7. Card 7. Our last, best, and only hope. Explorer on Luna's node may fashion and attach a tow cable as a free action. Lash yourself to Luna by spending these 2 and going down 2 pips, and then place your avatar on this card. Once you have attached a cable, you and Luna may not leave this node. When the entire crew has completed this action, advance.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Okay, well, so given that, I think I should be continuing to generate some stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these 3 by rotating this down 2 to generate some of these for peoples. Okay.
Pull Luna. Send Luna up by 1.
So that you can pull people across.
I want to pull across the time divide.
Okay.
Because I need to get back now.
Yep.
Yes, and losing time is always a bad thing. So I will go ahead and these should go off. I just collected those 2. I'm going to send Luna up by 1 and generate some blue. We're going to roll a 3. That's a 2, not the same. Okay, but it's fine. It's fine. Probably start calling things that are more statistically likely. Then finally on my turn, I can go ahead and put 2 over there. Although I could move. Let's see. Maybe it's worth moving.
We could all lash ourselves to her
This
there.
should be up to here. As I'm saying. So when entering, if you are carrying a discovery, which I would not be, I could also give up a green to go there. I could do that. All explorers gain.
We already have what we need for you to lash yourself to her.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
There's a chance all of us could do it on this next round.
Cycle.
Yeah.
So fine. So I'm going to go ahead and move up as my free action, and I'm going to take my potential last turn and lash myself to Luna, where I can still take actions. I just can no longer do so.
Double pips down.
Yeah, that's going to be double pips down. We're going to go ahead and move this down 1, and this down 1, and that's my turn.
Our pip manipulation has been really good. Did
Really
you move
solid.
the time forward yet?
Nope, move that forward 1.
Okay. On to me. So here's my thing. I'm going to first take a free action to move across here. That'll bump me by 2. I would like you to suck me across the divide. In order to do that, I need technology. So I'm going to use a blue dice for Luna to go ahead and, so this is pipping down to 2. Go ahead and gain 3 technology, please.
And just to be clear, it's in hydraulic section. That's what we're doing.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm going to spend 1 of those for a hydraulic suction across
Then you're
the
lashing.
divide, which does not cost us time.
I should be going over here.
I am then going to use my own personal... I don't need to use my green die. Do we need heat for anything? We don't really need much of much, do we?
No.
I'm going to lash myself to Luna's back. Do it. And then my next action is going to pip up some pips. So if anyone had pips they wanted to pip
Advance
up,
your time marker up by 1.
time's going to move by 1, and you're going to lash yourself to Luna as well.
That's right.
Okay.
So,
These go down by 1.
Yep. Tie the rope,
And
and let's
we-
see what
we got
happens.
cards. Dun, 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 dun. It's time to go. Oh, wait a second. What's going on here?
Not quite done yet.
Crew must be present. Well, it's still his turn. Crew must be present. Luna must be present. Go ahead and do it.
So you have to have an
You have
action.
to die.
I have,
You have
I have,
You have plenty.
yeah, I only spent 1 action so far, right?
Yeah.
Did you spend
So
any?
it's
What do you
this
spend it
one.
on?
No,
What do you spend it on?
he didn't spend any. It wasn't an action to lash yourself.
Oh, well then.
So we are good to go.
Yeah.
Soggy and smiling. Luna. Oh, go ahead.
Soggy and smiling. Luna was able to return us to the ship, amino acid-rich proteins in hand. Everything is soggy, except our dispositions. In fact, we're in almost euphoric stupor. We should probably get that checked out. We survive.
For now.
For now.
And that's.
So that's chapter 1 of a 3-part scenario in this
Yes.
game. And let me just be clear. On chapter 3, we did not survive. Well, not us, but me particularly.
I wasn't there.
Playing in the future, we did not survive.
Yeah. How is 1 different than 3 for you? Like, how similar do they feel? Because you're playing with the same planet cards.
Different
configurations. You're
So-
playing with some overlap.
the same mechanics are there, right? But
Like Yendral's Boon was in play, was it not?
Yendral's Boon was in play.
Okay.
But in 3, it had to do with... We had someone that was betraying us, and we had to do... Not like in the game, not one of us,
Sure.
but like one of the modules, there was a guy that was kind of our enemy. And in the game, we were searching for locations. We ended up running out of time because we were trying to build these resources and collect the resources to deliver to each one of the 3 nodes.
Okay.
But the problem was, because we were trying to deliver different types of resource to each node, the wave mechanic became really frustrating. Because waves would come in, we'd start chasing the resource that just popped up, and then the wave would recede, and suddenly the resource isn't there anymore.
And in your case, you were discovering the planet, right?
In our case, we were discovering the planet. So
Interesting.
we could see what resource was there, but we had no idea what node we were going to.
Yeah.
So it was
Very
much more of a, in that module, the wave mechanic, instead of being a impediment, well, no, instead of this one, it being a interesting way to discover things,
Yeah.
in that one, it was actually a real problem. And it was really frustrating to work with.
Very cool.
So,
I think the one thing that's definitive is that a fireman's superpower is water-based, making this whole adventure much more smooth than it would have been.
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true.
Yeah.
So, just to throw him under the bus a little bit more, we're at the very end of the video now. You've only played Unsettled one time while doing a little bit of research. Sender and I are going to be quiet for the rest of the video. You're welcome to close it at any point you'd like, but feel free to talk about your first experience, your expectations,
read some cards.
et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I did go to the Orange Nebula video, and that was an incredible video to be able to get a little bit of familiarization with the game. This was my only experience with this game, so as we played this, I was learning. It is a fun experience. It is there's not as much going on as I actually thought was going to be going, because it didn't feel overwhelming. It felt like there was a lot of opportunity, a lot of action, and I really felt like I had some choices to make. You guys were very helpful. You knew the rules. This is something that I would dig into. So, with that said, whatever you do, get out and play some games.
He was so close. He was so close to the ending. I love it. See you next time. Bye.